And we got bananas in chat from Taribo8. Surprise T. The Strike X1. Whoppy 001. And Rat Goblins. And Team 07. Thank you for the bananas, peeps. There's an unusual amount of people talking but not putting bananas in. Maybe it means Twitch is going to be slow with its rollout of letting you know that we're streaming. Mav's still there with the derp faces, you know. I do derp a lot, but is there some sort of derp I've done I should be aware of? Right now, because we're getting started. I don't want it to be, oh yeah, look. Look, there's still that issue. Huh. I haven't come out over here and investigated that since. Ah, that's yucky. Well, we're going to have to put up with that. That weird particle laggy glitchy thing, right? And I ain't even using Optifine. This is a vanilla thing right here. We got noises in the ear. The Opolis subscribed with Amazon Prime during the pre-stream. So did Corsa Coffee for 2 months in a row. Horse Lover resubscribed for 15 minutes. And Daft Ninja 18 resubscribed for 12 months in a row. That is a goldy face in chat saying, 1 year and many more to go. I hope I can eventually do as awesome on videos as you do. Thanks for the laughs and inspiration. Daft Ninja, if you go back and watch my very first video, it weren't all that, right? Takes time, practice and patience, and you've got to put your passion into it. So, I mean, if it's what you love doing, keep doing it and you'll get better with time, no worries. I'm sure you will. Whoa, crazy noise, it's none other than Emerald Harold here. Resubscribing for 39 months, saying won't be around much from Monday and the following 2 weeks going on vacation through Germany, Switzerland, Italy and Austria. Look forward to today's stream. Dude, you're going to have an amazing time. That sounds wonderful, going through the Europes and visiting the places. Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. I hope you have a great time. Let's sort out our inventory a little bit here. We've also got Tepashu, resubscribing for 2 months, and Mouse Cop, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Dark Apostle 89 is subscribing for 2 months with the Prime, and Milo 29993 is subscribed with Amazon Prime. Thank you as always, peeps, ever so much for your tremendous support over the years here. It's truly wonderful. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Pre-stream music today was Red Eyes, none other than Red Eyes, with the song Clown Town. I tuned in to watch a little bit of Doc's video before I started my stream, and I was pleasantly surprised by a song I hadn't heard in a while. Red Eyes would have been a hermit. Well, what do I mean would have been? Actually, of course he was a hermit. For a second there I thought that he didn't play, but he did. He played with us in Season 1 and Season 2. More so in Season 2, I think. But yeah, Red Eyes was an old school hermit that me and Doc were friends with. And we were friends with him before he was a hermit. When Hermitcraft started, he joined us. He had this amazing Let's Play, and he had this amazing build style and video style. He's kind of similar to Etho, actually, like the vibe. But he was very creative and very like a tinkery type player. And he made his own music, and that was what we listened to in the pre-stream music. So I was kind of in that mood, you know. Been all feeling the feels, all the nostalgia, the memories, all that kind of stuff, you know. You know how it is. Jeez. All right, let's chuck a bunch. Oh, wow, tickly throat. My mute totally didn't. Oh, here we try. I'll try again. Okay, that time my mute button actually worked. Jeez. Ah, there we go. There we go. Emerald Harold, you're exactly right. Yep, the cool base with the moving eyes. What was the other base that he made? I think his Season 1 base was the one in the jungle. That one's really distinctive. That's the one I remember a lot. So we've got noises in the ear from Oedipus. Resubscribing for 4 months, saying, been here a long while. Since I've been here, hope everything's well for you. Cheers. Everything's good. I got some good news, goodish news. I don't know. Maybe it's good news. Let's see. We also got Emerald Rain resubscribing for 18 months in a row. 2 Twitch babies saying, sometimes it's the little things in life that make us feel good. Thank you for what it is that you do. Thank you for the lovely message, dude, and thank you so much for your support. Hope you're going to have a good time hanging out with us today. So, good news is I went to my physio, and she reckons that it's just... like, what's happened with my shoulder is just a bit of a hiccup, just a bit of a blimp, right? And, you know, the other day I talked about it on stream, that it had, you know, gotten hurt and messed up. But the thing is, since then, I haven't really done anything with it. And I haven't really felt any pain. And it feels like it was a bit of a one-off, perhaps, and just something to look out for, you know. So I'm going to ease myself back into it and take it slow, but get back into the working out. And hopefully try and figure out perhaps what caused that, or... find something that's wrong that needs correcting, which is probably like form or some sort of, I don't know. Anyway, I'm now feeling rather optimistic. Gonna start getting back into it very slowly and see where I go with it, and hopefully the shoulder will hold out, you know. My left arm, which is the shoulder I hurt, is also a lot stronger than my right, because I've been compensating for it with all the training that I've been doing, right? Like doing extra on one side than the other to try and help it heal. But now it's stronger than the other one, so that was the thing. Anyway, so that put me in a really great mood for today, knowing that it's not all doom and gloom, right? And I can try and ease straight back into it, which is cool. Which is very cool. Did you miss Grian's skin pranks, says Villas? I didn't. Actually, when he did that, it was the very first thing that I noticed. I logged in, I pressed tab to see who was online. I saw the back of Grian's head and I commented on it, but he didn't say anything in reply. And then I saw his video. He spent ages flying around over my base. I wasn't sure what he was trying to do. But now it makes sense that I watched the video that he was trying to troll me with his skin. But I'd sort of already seen it, I guess. It definitely looked funny. It's kind of funny, really, because as soon as I saw the back of his head in the tab screen, my brain was like... he's put his skin on backwards, like. But then I was thinking, but if he hasn't, that's one heck of an idea. Like, put your skin on backwards and go mess with people. But that's exactly what he did. Oh, that's good. Surprise T says, lol, spoiled. Well, the episode's been out for a few days, hasn't it? Jeez, I didn't really think of it like that. I mean, if I've spoiled it, I apologise. But, hey, it's the internet. You know, what did you expect? What did you expect on this old internet place? So we've got a noise in the ear from... Bura Edeli, or Bura Edli. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm definitely getting it wrong, right? Bura, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And there's no message with it, so hopefully that's normal. If you intended to send me one, I'll keep an eye out for your name in chat. But thank you so much for your donation and contribution to the channel. It's appreciated. Repair your picks, says High Speed Chicken. No, I'm going to continue digging. Otherwise, we're just taking needless trips elsewhere, right? Good idea to just stay in the area that you're doing the work for as long as you can. Otherwise, it's kind of inefficient, right? Speaking of inefficient, that's me when I play this game. So every step to be more efficient is a good one. This feels like it's getting worse the more I dig, or the further I go down. This jerkiness. It might be related to block height, which would be really weird. We got Gelsberry here, resubscribing for 27 months in a row. Gelsberry, thank you ever so much for free Twitch babies. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We also have Heavy Metal Miner doing, not a cheer, sorry, with a donation, saying, hell yeah, keep up the good work. Horns in the air, awesome. Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel, dude. I appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. So today, peeps, I went and saw the Apollo 11 movie. If any of you are thinking of watching and you've seen the trailer, it's probably going to be what you want to see if you like the look of that trailer. Let me say that. I don't think I would rant and rave about it. Sorry, rant. I don't think I would rave about it. I mean, it was really fantastic. All this restored footage from the Apollo era, but at the same time, I don't feel like it brought anything particularly new to the story. It was just kind of like a closer look at what happened. It had a very strong soundtrack as well. I felt like if you took the soundtrack out of that movie, it would not be quite as engaging. But yeah, it was restored high definition footage, previously unseen stuff of the journey to the moon and back, and yeah, really remarkable. Looks fantastic in, you know, high definition in the cinema. So if any of you out there were thinking of seeing that one and it tickled your fancy, you'll probably enjoy it. Anime Mummy 369 is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. It's appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. If the jittering becomes worse, then lower the FPS and video settings, says Merton Time Lord. I don't know. I play with unlimited on. Yeah, max frame rate unlimited. I find if I put a limit on it, the game gets a bit jerkier. But that was a while ago since I last experimented with that. Looks like we've got some gravel here to get rid of. But it is certainly getting jerky, isn't it? Also, what height are we at? Wow, we're like probably about halfway down. Actually, a bit further than that. The title, says Chow Chuen. What is the title? What's wrong? Read chat, says Owen Page. I'm in... which chat? We got a noise in the ear from Paradox Gamer YT, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Paradox Gamer, thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate the support. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Thanks for using the Prime on me. If you put it on 120 or something, it should feel choppy, says Daycozy. Yeah, that's exactly it. When you limit it, it doesn't work. You know, on my computer, on my setup. Actually, now that I think about it, that was on my old computer. But yeah, if you put it on unlimited, you get smooth frame rate. If you try and limit the frame rate, you get this kind of jerkiness from it, I don't know, doing something to the frame number. So I always leave it on max. What HZ is your monitor? Because the FPS is limited on it. I believe mine is like 75 Hertz, I think. Pro players use pickaxe on gravel, says PV7 player. Do they now? Do they now? That sounds like you're telling a fib. Sounds to me like someone's telling a porky over here. Who are these pro players and why are they using their pick on gravel? You know? I mean, that sounds like a beginner's mistake to me. Jeez. Man, I love this music. It's beautiful. This almost feels like the Minecraft soundtrack, but it's the One album. The Cherry Blossom Gamer is here. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Cherry Blossom Gamer, thank you so much for using that Prime on me. I appreciate you doing that. I hope you have a good time hanging out with us today. We also got Sonin on Twitch, resubscribing for 6 months, saying, "Hey OX, you come to be my favourite hermit. I love your content." I believe that means content. Even the Doom playthrough, even those rubbish Doom playthroughs, I'll even watch those. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Sonin on Twitch. Even those Doom playthroughs. Oh God, you're crushing my spirit here. I don't care. I play those for myself. That's why I put it on the second channel. You know, that's why that's there. It's kind of funny actually because the second channel's supposed to be like a bit of a air quotes dumping ground, right? A place to put the other things, but it's become its own channel with sustainable content that people enjoy. It's been really weird lately, but some of my Hermitcraft live streams have been racking up like 20-30,000 views, and I'm just like, what? This is not how it's supposed to work. Like, it's supposed to be a couple thousand people that watch these. And yeah, some of the other videos on there, like doing all the data pack stuff, have really helped that channel be its own thing. And so now when I put out something like Doom on there, I'm kind of like, I feel like I need a third channel now, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna make a third channel. Two will do. But if I could go back in time, I probably would make you know, quite clear there's like, I'd probably make Asuma Void, Asuma Gaming, and what was the other one? Like Asuma 2. I'd have like a 4 other games channel which I post on very infrequently. But yeah. Anyway, getting a little bit sidetracked here with all the thoughts and the talking and the stuff coming out of my brain space. Cutie Park Kitten is here, resubscribing for 33 months, saying 33 months of love to the most enjoyable derp. Thank you ever so much, appreciate it, Cutie Pie. Ninja Geoff as well is here for 13 months, saying, whoa, lucky number of months. Ninja Geoff, I agree, 13 is a good number, it's a prime number. What better number could you ask for? I thank you for your support and hope you enjoy it. The Cosmic Samurai says, Minecraft in general is kind of inefficient unless you make a mob farm, of course, so it would be great to see more easily replenishable resources one day. Most of all, we need more inventory space with organisation features in the GUI. Couldn't agree more with the last bit. As for your comments on the first bit, that's an interesting observation. This game does naturally push you towards creating farms. I know the developers have taken a stance against it, but like at one point the adventure part of survival Minecraft becomes something you've done, and then you want to inhabit that world and fill it with your creativity. And when you hit that point, that's when like having this like no farms attitude kind of doesn't help, because you want to farm stuff, you want to get your hands on materials, and you're not going to settle for doing it the slowest way ever each time, you know. An adventure is an adventure, but there's also grinds that are required to get materials. So unless they can think of a way to make every resource an adventure every time, it kind of makes sense that, you know, people want to farm. What's this mob farm for, says Kadodsky. It's for mob farm drops, funny enough. But to give you a more concise or clearer answer, it's for slimes, it's for passive animals, and it's for hostile, and it's for cave spiders, so we get string from it as well. Which I think is pretty cool. Right, where are we at? Oh my goodness me, I've fallen behind on the noises very quickly. Mr. Fee has subscribed for 3 months. I've probably butchered your name, I apologise. Smoke Train 4 is resubscribing for 6 months, that's half a year, saying, are you excited for the Minecraft Earth game? Anything you think they should watch out for? And will you play it? I think that they should take a strong approach to what kind of content that's user generated gets shared. I think stepping into VR, Minecraft Earth is going to be a huge, like another leap forward behind Pokemon Go, right? And I think they need to learn from the previous game and really take that seriously and make a big effort to make it a properly moderated and friendly space, because, you know, it's new territory, this whole VR stuff, and you know, you don't want to learn lessons by being negligent first and apologising later. That's what I'd say anyway. Right, so Melee has resubscribed for 14 months. Alf Lington has resubscribed for 3 months. And Gucci Gang Avin has subscribed with Amazon Prime. As always, peeps, thank you so much for your tremendous support. I have to say it a lot during these streams, and every time I say it, I completely mean it. I really do appreciate it. Odapis is here doing cheers and throwing those bits at me, saying thanks for everything, X. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much for the contribution, dude. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay with us today, where we are going to be moving some resources around, and we're going to be putting the final touch on this mob farm, which is me digging the last 2 holes, and I believe that's it. Like, after that, everything here is done. You'll see it all in my next episode of Hermitcraft. I've built like a really small little room that's got just a nice block palette and a nice humble little feel about it, so I'm very pleased with how this project is coming together. We have just got to make those mob farms efficient now by digging down and building this hole. AZBX is here, subscribing to Amazon Prime as well. Thank you ever so much, AZBX. I appreciate it. Now, I'm on top of the noises in the ear just for a brief moment, and I've been looking at this cup of tea, and I'm going to drink it. Insightful has subscribed to Amazon Prime. Insightful, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Peeps, what is the thing you want to hear me talk about today? What are we going to discuss together while we dig? Let me know. Martin says, haven't you already built such a mob farm? Yeah, this is the one that I've already built. I'm finishing it. Aliens. Says Matt Trasmat. I don't think I've got much roaming around in the mind about the aliens at the moment. PC components. Philosophy. Cars. Travis Scott. Photosynthesis. The old plants. Converting that sunlight into energy. Imagine if we could do photosynthesis for electricity. Like, imagine if we could make little leaves that just turned all of that sun into electricity. It'd be amazing. I'd call them solar panels. Do you play Fortnite, says Ballsy. Now, there is a subject that I could talk about for hours on end, you know. We could do one of our epic 24-hour live streams where we do nothing but talk about Fortnite. But I'm not going to do that again. Jeez, you're sick of hearing me talk about Fortnite, I know that. You mean Fartnite? I love the low effort. I love the low effort attempts to like put something down, you know? Like when someone goes, your mum, it's like, oh, the lowest amount of effort. There literally required no brain power to come up with that one, didn't it? Didn't it now, eh, you, smarty pants, with the mum joke? Oh, your IQ's very high, isn't it? Goodness me. That's a fictional person we're mocking right there, peeps. We're mocking them together. Fortnite. Oh, get your friends together and play trumps. Oh God, I'm joining in on the terrible joke now. I'm joining in. Okay, enough about Fortnite. Let's yeah, let's stock up all of this space right here. I'm really sad to see the God Armor go. I think it was a great addition to the late game of Minecraft, and you have the means to get it. Then you should be able to. What are your thoughts? Do you think it should come back? I think it was a really bad decision to just let that be in the game. I don't know how that one got past them. You know, it just breaks the balancing system of armor. It's completely pointless to have that in a change. I don't think in an update. I don't think you really justify it being part of it. As for saying like, you know, late game God Armor, I think having yet another stage of making the game easier because you're in the late game, I'd be alright with that. I just think it should be in the form of like another useful enchantment or another type of item, right? I think it'd be a bit boring just for it to be, oh, you can put whatever you want on regular armor. Like, we can do better than that. We can make it more interesting than that, right? Doomio Lag is here, he's subscribed for 25 months in a row, and Squashua is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Squashua, thank you for your Prime subscription. Hope you enjoy the stream that we're doing here today. Why are we at 23? We can't be too far off the bottom now. Then again, it was pretty close to bedrock. I reckon we've got to get down to like 11 or 12, somewhere around there, which means we might find some diamonds. Right, keep on digging. What do you think about the mending enchantment, says Pretend Wartel. I love it. I think mending's great. And when they first added it, it was just like, oh, this is so OP. And it's always strange how they have to come out with like statements about how they're balancing the game and stuff. And then they do something like throw in mending. Like they talk about how farms are bad, you have to earn stuff. And then it's like, here's mending. It's just, yeah, it's great. It's so powerful. Just, you know, you don't have to keep replenishing. Oh yeah, we used to have to do a lot of that. Hey, this might be the one that's like on the corner of the farm, which I think I'm just going to remove from visibility, let's say. Maybe it's not. Oh no, it looks like it's the one. Fix your pickaxe, says Good Namples. Again, I'm not going to fix the pickaxe. We're going to stay in this area for as long as we can. Otherwise, we're, you know, travelling around and not doing much. We're travelling like a javelin. Okay, why you not go there? There we go. And we got a noise in the ear. I thought I was blocked in for a second then. I thought I'd been locked out of my own hole. It's Daniel Cypher here, doing cheers. Sorry, oh, wrong one! Asuma, you were very close to pressing that dirt button. Are you going to stream Doom Eternal when the game comes out? It'd be nice to see that. On a different note, for over 3 years of me being part of your Patreon community, I love every minute of it. It's one of the best communities I've ever been a part of. Thank you so much for that message, dude. It's really great to hear. We've had some drama issues as I've had to address in my streams recently, and it's really nice to hear that, because for those of you that are more mature than to get involved in it, I know you've had a fantastic time in this community. And believe me, on my end, I have certainly neglected the community somewhat over the last year or so, and my staff have really kind of kept things going, and I'm back with them on the page now. I'm very keen on spending more time in and around the community, just kind of doing things one step at a time, you know. So thank you for the lovely message. To answer your questions, I am going to play Doom Eternal, and I was going to put it on my second channel, and I will probably stick to that. I mean, streaming could be an alternative. The only reason I might not put it on the second channel is just seeing how Doom Sigil performs. It reminds me that that channel is really just not, like, it's compared to the views on the other stuff, it reminds me that that channel has become its own thing, right? Like, it's successful at other stuff. It's not particularly just a dumping ground for extra stuff I want to do that people might not be interested in, right? But Doom Sigil isn't, you know, Doom Eternal, right, which is going to have a ton of hype, and so Doom Eternal will probably perform better, and therefore I think it would be fair to just, you know, put it on the channel and let it be what it is, if that makes any sense to you. Thank you for your donation, dude, I appreciate it. I'm going to be driving for 14 hours from Colorado for a vacation in a few hours, says Ballsy. Wow, you know, you hear it from Americans a lot, because when they travel across the country, it's a big place, there's a lot of distance to cover. You hear about these crazy long driving journeys, but I've never had to drive for, I think, more than probably 2.5 hours at once. I couldn't even imagine doing a 14-hour one. I get antsy after about an hour of sitting down, so I, you know, like doing the 2-hour trip from download or something, I go to like 3 or 4 service stations just to get up and move around and walk about, you know. Oh, and by the way, I've got a story to tell all of you, I guess. Let's have a sip of the tea. So yesterday I went to a place called Hampstead Heath in London to see some various sites and enjoy the park as well. And it was just the most gorgeous day ever, I tell ya. Like, the weather was perfect. Clear skies, lovely gentle breeze, sunny and warm, not too hot. It was really as close to perfect as you get in terms of weather and temperature. And the whole place, it just reminded me of like places like Barcelona, or when you go to a foreign city and all of a sudden all of the buildings become really fascinating as you walk around the streets, because there's all these different types of architecture, and some of the houses in that area are absolutely massive. They are like they are literally mansions. I think it's the richest part of London. And just, you know, it's just amazing to go there and look around and see just somewhere different, you know, and take it all in. It was terrific. Doom Eternal, a descendant of the original Doom, says Hades. No, it's the new Doom game that's going to be coming out on Stadia and other platforms, because they've kind of rebooted Doom successfully now. And as an old school Doom fan, I'll say I enjoyed the reboot. You know, I enjoyed it ever so much. What do you think about Travis Scott, please? Says someone for the, you know, gazillionth time. If my mods ask you to stop spamming, please respect their wishes. I will happen to provide you with an answer, because I've seen the message several times. Just go to my music blog and search the artist if you want to know, because I've written about Travis Scott on there. So if that's something you want to know, it's already available for you. It's just on my music website. Okay, let's go up the ladder and drop off some materials again. It might be inefficient, but it's just the way I'm doing it. Have you ever played Halo? It's a good game, says Cassidy. Yeah, I have played Halo. If you didn't know, of course, it's heavily inspired by Doom, especially the main character. The Halo soundtracks were really great. Leo Kari says, what is your favourite Tool song? If I remember the name correctly, it's the Ladder Alice song. The one with, after the big build-up, that comes in with this bass line that goes boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, and does this crazy cool deep slide. I love that song. Absolutely love it. Oh, now I've got it really stuck in my head. I almost want to sing it, but I don't really know what the words are. I found that as I've gotten older, I get worse and worse at picking up on lyrics, but like stuff that I haven't listened to in like a gazillion years from when I was a kid. You know, I can just remember the words so vividly. Right, so I made a mistake here by digging down too much. Let's get a bit of the old smooth stone in the inventory. cover that up. I also would like those ladders back, please. Thank you. And let's finish this up. This is it, the final layer. And then we've got another hole to do. So if this took us 30 minutes, we've got to do the next one in 30 minutes as well. And then we can move on to something else. Okay, so that's all of it dug out. Now we just got to fill in these gaps. It's true that you never forget lyrics, says Primer. Well, it's not that you never forget lyrics, it's just the ones you learn when you're young. I don't know, like maybe it's not the same for everyone as well, but they just stick with me so vividly. But I have every chance of forgetting them, I guess. You know, memory is fickle. Okay, there we go. There we go. Torches are the other thing I need to do. We don't want stuff spawning down here, do we? And now I need to put in a ladder and get out of here. Do you consider yourself a good/decent singer, or is it something you would like to get better at, says Leokare? I do not consider myself a singer. Don't know what gave you that idea, jeez. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot, I just don't have the time really. I have tried in the past to do a little bit of vocal exercises and whatnot. In fact, I learned some that kind of helped me with streaming, doing these vocal warm-ups. Right, let's create a platform and sleep on it. Sweet! And let's drink some tea. Gooshi Gang Gavin says, why are you digging those holes? Are they increasing the rates of the main farm? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Everybody Derp's album went. Oh dear. No, I won't do it now. Alright, that was such a good day. That was such a good thing to do. I so enjoyed doing that. That was such a great idea. Peeps, whenever you get, like, if you're a creative person and you get a whiff of creativity and an idea, always do your best to follow it up. It's so satisfying to be in that creative zone and follow up on it and make something happen, you know. I've got a couple of ideas in my mind I'm juggling around for Hermitcraft episodes that I just can't quite execute. That's another problem with creativity, is sometimes you've like almost got a vision and you just can't quite find the right way to make it work, to make it happen, you know. You need more ladders, says Donald Ewing. Yeah, I might have to start using some rockets and just fly up and down, you know. I definitely remember music from my lyrics from my childhood much better than anything recent. I wonder if it's because of the capacity to learn at younger ages. It might be partly the amount of time you spend with your favourite childhood songs, says Furby Suit. I think the amount of time you spend with it is definitely something. My music habits are very different. Back then I would listen to a smaller amount of stuff over and over again, and today I listen to a large amount of stuff less frequently. So for me, I definitely think frequency has something to do with it. Also, it's like an important time. Like, it's a formation. Like, I think most people experience like music in their teens or whatever becoming very formative of your identity or a big part of your life in a way, right? So that can be another factor. Hide your kids, hide your wife, says yesterday. I remember that one. I remember that meme. Those are some old school early internet memes right there. Old school. And sometimes you get too much creativity and end up getting nothing else, says Bang Boom. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like, you get in a creative mood, but you perhaps don't do too much with it. I have that every now and then. Like, I find sometimes you get like really inspired late in the day, and then it stops you from actually doing anything productive, but you spend a lot of time like feeling that inspiration. It might come in the form of like going down a YouTube rabbit hole, right? Looking up some old music videos and like feeling all inspired and thinking about like different things, ideas for music or whatnot. I always talk about how I want to go back to music one day, and I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, It's always there. It's always there. Even if I go through some period of convincing myself that maybe it's not, it always comes back. I just had it again today. This just feeling of how I would love to just spend the next 8 hours doing nothing but doodling on an instrument and messing around with different ideas and experimenting. I'll definitely go back to it again one day, I think. It's still there, you know? It doesn't go away. And I wish I hadn't blown out like playing guitar as well, because I maybe could have transformed that into something a little bit different, you know, turned it into something like having a little bit of time each day to flex some creativity, as opposed to trying to like level up on guitar every night. Mad Dog says music is a large part of my life at the moment, a huge part even. It's always been a huge part of my life. It's always just been like oxygen to me. It just feels necessary. It's so inspiring and healing and powerful and magical. All these things at once. Can never not have an amazing time with music. You know, there is moods. There are times. There are occasions. You know, not everything has to be music, but it will certainly always be there and be amazing every other day or whatever. Dragon Cheetah says, "Why is your username a Sumovoid?" And where did you come up with it? It is just the word music, flipped backwards, changed the letter to an X. When I went to sign up for the name on YouTube, someone already had it, so I needed to put a word on the end of the name. And I chose Void because I was listening to a band called Void Through Materialism, who is actually deliberately MTV backwards. And I believe it's supposed to be like a bit of a rebellion against MTV as well, like it's intentionally tied to them. Anyway, Void Through Materialism, really, really cool, like polyrhythmic bands. Back before like a post-Meshuggah scene had like really come to fruition, all you could find were like these odd obscure bands doing the whole djent polyrhythm thing, and they were one of them, and I loved it, and I used to just listen to their records to death. And like to this day there's like these group of musicians at this sort of like age where I guess it was like right around when MTV kind of died off from playing metal or anything like heavy, and sort of turned to the internet and just started learning about stuff like Dimmu Borgir and Meshuggah. And so I have like this collection of music from that era of just all these obscure bands where, rather than finding anything that was mainstream or current, all I was kind of listening to were, I mean, stuff like Dimmu is air quotes mainstream. It's got a big audience, a big following, but loads of these are artists and musicians that have like no listeners. Like I played some Dysmorphic on a pre-stream once, and some people like perked up their ears and like, this is interesting, what's this? And I'm like, it's some artist that no one else listens to in the world. And I got a few more like that as well, quite a few more interesting artists here and there back from those days. You used to just go online, and it was kind of like this pre sort of like Apple iTunes store or anyone actually paying for music, and still like in the Napster age or post Napster. So there were lots of like music sites popping up where artists were literally just giving it all away for free, and I used to just crawl those all day, downloading stuff, trying to find something cool. Loved it. Right, let's go put some of this stuff in it. I could just put it in a chest like at the level we are. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Like, doesn't it just... I'll fly back and get this later, basically, is the general idea. So if I do that now, it's absolutely fine. Peeps keep saying repair your axe. I'm not going to repair my pickaxe until we need to. We're getting pretty close to needing to, which is unfortunate. What level are we at? I felt like we had more than half left when we came over to this hole, but maybe I'm incorrect. Well, clearly I'm incorrect. That'll help. Starting to wonder if I've got a third one. If I do, it's probably in the other backpack. Let's go have a look. Will you do more videos of Slay, says Red Skimmer? I don't think so. I think my Slay stuff is done for now. Voirus says, everyone, this is the Coltrane's are John Coltrane, but they're actually a metal band that sound like puke, in a good way. Oh, they sound like puke. That's a good selling point right there. Sounds like puke. I don't have another pick. I should really invest in like a third pick. I just realised you don't have vanilla tweaks for worn tools on. Yeah, I don't, do I? Why is that? They're not renamed. That's odd. They should be... Oh, something's gone wrong there. They should be renamed. Huh. Not quite sure how that's happened. We'll get a little bit of juice out of these, but not enough, so we will go repair now. How do we get there? Oh god, this could be abominable, this next stage. What I'm going to do... Oh, look at that. Look at all those creepers. Who else is online? Cub fans. So there are other peeps on. What I'm going to do is land on the beacon. Oh, this could be terrible. What if I could use an ender pearl? Okay, we've got to pray that there's no creeper about to swing down the side here. Okay. And we've got to come back here later and get this stuff sorted out. Oh, I don't like that sound. Okay, let's stand here. Adrian JK says, when will Season 6 end? Probably not for a long time. Hello, Enderman. You can't get out of there, can you? Actually, I won't look at it. It'll probably teleport to me. What are those holes for? Says Mr. Lambman. The big holes going down to the mob farm are to make the lowest block in the world just directly above where the mobs spawn, so they spawn very quickly. That is the idea. Why don't you use Silk Touch Pick? I watched your last video. You kept buying stone, says Exclusive Lols. Yeah, I did, didn't I? But I got a plan for that. You know, I was using Silk Touch until it ran out. And I've got loads of stone to get. So one of the things we're going to do is transport all those materials out there. So I'm going to grab an inordinate amount of shulker boxes in a moment. But first, I would like to fly, please. Thank you, server. Thank you for letting me fly on this gracious day. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. This isn't working. This isn't... Oh, here we go. No. Jeez, I've got to be careful here, I might die. Whew. I do things the hard way sometimes, don't I? And we're in. Whew. And there's already XP here. Beautiful. That is what I want to see. Oh yeah, we got to shoot. And miss. Volume. Down. Now it's just you, me, and the music. We can watch the pigmen die. Voirus says, Asuma, you have a cure of backwards speaking. I think you meant to say the holes make it so the spawn block is one above the world border. You said something backwards. One above the world border? No, one above the top of the spawning room. So it's lower to the... forget it. Oh, by the way, we had noises in the air. Aluve Mycelium is resubscribing for 20 months in a row. Aluve Mycelium, thank you for 20 months of continued support. Truly do appreciate that. And Badder is here resubscribing for 2 months. Badder, thank you ever so much for your 2 months of support, dude. Appreciate it. Also, we got 1,000 peeps watching today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to hit that follow button while you're over here and get notified when I go live. Next live stream will be Sunday. And I will be streaming, I think, at 3 till 5 or something. Part of the Hermitcraft Livestream day. Go to livestream.hermitcraft.com if you want to learn about that, peeps. And then put it in your calendar. Why don't you go to Iskal's Enderman farm, says Satan's Advocate. This farm is easier. Look, I don't even have to do anything. I'm just talking to all of y'all and stuff's happening. Look, it's getting repaired. It's getting repaired. How do you find the time to listen to music, says Leo Kyrie. Well... I mean, I don't even need to find the time. Like, time for music is the time, right? But I have the fortune of doing this for a living, and when I'm recording an episode of Hermitcraft, I'm listening to music in between while I make my episodes. I listen to it when I'm doing cleaning around the house or exercising. Got a little portable speaker and Bluetooth. I've got headphones. I listen to it when I go for a walk, you know, whenever I can. I listen. Is it genuinely faster if you take your armour off, even if it has 100% durability, says It's Chubby? Yeah, it is. It is definitely, because what happens when you have your armour on and it has mending is the XP will go randomly to one of the 5 or 6 items, right? So 4 armour slots, 1 in your hand, 1 down here, offhand, 1 in your hand. It will go randomly to them. So if it picks one with mending, it then gives you the XP on your hotbar instead of giving it to one that needs repairing. So that's why I do that every time I come here. Now, before we oh, stop screaming at me, you bunch of monies. Bunch of monies. Owen Page says, what's your favourite music artist? I always say Metallica, Dimmu, and Rollins Band. There was one the other day that I was thinking that would kind of slip into that list. Who is it I was thinking of? Well, obviously they don't if it don't come straight to mind, you know what I'm saying? I tell you what band I was listening to the other day, and I'm always floored by their music, like enamoured by it. A band called Arcturus from Norway. I absolutely adore their music, all the way back to like their very first record. And every time I'm listening to them, I'm always thinking, this is like just impeccable music. You know, there's bands like that I don't instinctively put. What band, says Mason Duo? I'll spell them out for you. Metallica, Rollins Band, and Dimmu Borgir. Those are my 3 favourite musical acts, if you want to call them that. Right, now let's go chuck some stuff away, I guess. Because what we're going to do is bring back materials to this area. You are not andesite. Where's andesite? Andesite, where art thou? Maybe andesite got moved in over here. That looks like it might have once been andesite, you know. Anyway, this stuff is like for storing. So, do we have something with like not a crazy amount in? New Tool album dropping this August. For real this time, says Violent Grace. Oh, it'll be here sooner than we know it. And I am so looking forward to hearing their new music. I love Metallica. What's your favourite song by them? Says Ballsy. Oh, I've got so many. I think I'd say probably Ride the Lightning or Creeping Death. But that's such a hard one because they've got so many good songs. Right, some of this glass I think can probably get tucked away into here. Look at that, look at that. Stupid amounts of glass. I forget how much I have stashed away over here sometimes, I think. Right, some leftover books. Books generally go in the ones over here. I don't know if they've got any spaces. Maybe 1 or 2, but I'll... Right, where was that 2? There you go. That takes care of that. Show wheat. Okay, and the rest of this we can tuck away into one of these. I think. I hope. And then I've also got other ones here as well, haven't I? I am going to have some fun sorting all of this out later on, I tell you. I won't subject you to that right now. So these are mostly full, so we'll leave them there, that's fine. Cool, alright, so in order to go pick up all the stuff that we've left back there... excuse me. I need to take pretty much all of those, I think. Just take them all and bring everything back here. As crazy as that might seem. Let's grab a few more ender pearls. We've got a noise in the ear, by the way, from Lost in Brave. Lost in Brave, thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying today's live stream. Okay, so we're going to rip out these shulker boxes and go collect a stupid amount of stuff from the other area. I hope I don't die now. If I die now, I'll cry. I'll cry. At least they're empty. I won't cry. Just call me, says Enter Sandman, Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning are my favourite Metallica. Tell you what, actually, now that I think about it a little bit more, Harvester of Sorrow and Justice for All are really cracking. Also, the song Escape I really like, and more so because I can play and sing it on guitar, and I just love it because I play it over and over again, and it's a good way to really like a song. Nexo Fan says I've subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, dude. I appreciate it. Fade to Black, says Edward Nottingham. That's another favourite. It's just, you know, it's like this. They've got so many amazing songs. And Fade to Black, I believe, was the first Metallica song I ever heard. And boy, oh boy, when I saw that first Metallica song, that put, what they say, you know, the hairs on the back of your neck, they're like perked up goosebumps. You know, this dark but melodic sound coming across the VH1 TV. It was like an awakening. I was just like, what is this? This is me. Oh, it's so good hearing that. Right, so, you know what we're doing? We're emptying out these chests, and I'm probably going to throw away junk. Alright, some of this stuff is just junk, let's face it. So, that can go over there. Then we have, I'll keep all of that. And I'll keep everything but a couple of things here that are just going to be annoying. Might have a use for those. Annoying to put in a stored place, I guess. Which is not a lot of this, really. Not a lot of it. Cool. Alright then, so let's unload. Do you use Windows 7, says Scotty. I do not, I use Windows 10. Since Tool isn't on Spotify, how do you listen to their music? Do you buy their albums or do you listen to it on websites like YouTube? I buy music on Bandcamp and Amazon. Those are my places to go to. I probably will buy Tool on CD at some point as well. I mean, do you know what? I think I need to stop collecting CDs because I never use them. There was actually a time when I was collecting them on CD and using them, but everything's so digital now, more convenient digital. It just starts to feel like I'm buying like physical stuff that doesn't even serve much of a purpose other than sitting on a shelf. And because I got like a really large record collection, I always feel this need to like keep adding to it, and so there's like records in there that you feel this way or that way about, and then it's like you have this instinct to be like, I've got to fill it up with all the records that I really love, and if that record's in there, why can't this one be? But then it's just like, I already brought it, don't buy it again, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at with CDs now. I think I'm going to stop buying them basically. Just feels a bit silly now. Right, so that's all the stuff lying around here collected. There's a few more spots. Oh yeah, that's right, we've got shulker boxes to deal with. Okay, we picked them all back up though, which is good. And we got a noise in the air. Jeez. Let's get that. 1, 2. I'd like to try and put the full ones somewhere so we can organise a little better. Let's move you there. Okay, now this next bit, I've got to be super duper careful. And let's go over this way. So we got a noise in the ear from Bored Student, here in the nation, saying, "Hey X, I used to watch your videos when I was a bit younger, and recently YouTube has gotten me back to you. Thank you for making my childhood so much better." That's lovely to hear, dude. Thanks for the message and letting me know. Also, what is your opinion on drum and bass music? It is my favourite genre of music. Bored Student, thank you so much for the support. Truly appreciated. Thank you for sharing that, like I said. And I love drum and bass music. Drum and bass music is kind of part of probably like a bunch of musics where I really generally like it, but tend to fail to find stuff that I really get into inside of it. So in drum and bass, I've got a few like lesser known artists like Photek, really like Photek's music. LGT, is it? LGB? I can't remember. Bookham. Absolutely love Logical Progressions. That is just peak drum and bass. I mean, like I know, right? Like I don't really know all the drum and bass stuff, but yeah, like when I find something I like, I really like it. LTJ Bookham, says Satan's Advocate. Yeah, it's confusing me because of the... Is it literally L... What is it? LBTQ or something? I can't remember the initials now. It's now similar to that, I guess. Oh, by the way, Stray Paragon has resubscribed for 12 months as a Goldie Face. Stray Paragon, thank you for a year of support. Unbelievable. Do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream that we're doing here today. CDs are the things that lie around in quantities, about 5,000 in my parents' flat together with about 2,000 records, 1,000 music sets and 3,000 books, says Emergency. Yeah, now things are just stored digitally, right? I do think the digital stuff is good though. I think experiencing things a bit more digitally takes you away from the materialistic side of stuff. Like when you get those completionist urges and collectionist urges, I think they're not particularly healthy. They don't feel healthy to me. They just feel like, you know, they're going to drain my wallet. Oh, I really must have all of this or all of that, or now it's in limited edition. It just feels like it's playing against your own instincts a little bit. That kind of stuff. DPK says, how do you feel about classical music? I love classical music a lot. Some of my favourite stuff is... The thing with calling it classical, though, is not all classical, right? Some of it's Baroque, some of it's Romantic. Like, there's these different eras, but it all gets kind of lumped in as classical. Classical's actually like the late era. But all of that kind of music, I love it. I love pretty much most music, right? I still listen to records from the 70s and 80s. Can't match the sound, says Slim Jim. Yeah, there's some terrific records from all decades, right? One of my favourite... Now, I could be getting it wrong, actually. I'm not sure if it is a 70s or an 80s record, but Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, that is something special right there, that record. Something absolutely special. Do you enjoy chiptune music, says Ariel MGD? There's a genre I'm not too keen on, just because of what I've heard of chiptune. It's all a bit too jollity for me, and the production style of something like a chiptune is very not harsh in a bad way, just very strong, very when you use those tones and sounds, you're using buzzsaws and sine waves, and so they're very crisply and well articulated sounds, but that also means they're very rigid and solid and sharp and potent, right? Like, and so a lot of chiptune stuff that I've listened to kind of lacks that analog, that kind of natural sound to it, and it all becomes very digital and mechanical and just a bit too strong. And that paired with like very colourful, tuneful melody, to me doesn't quite add up and give me much. However, the chiptune sounds, the classic emulating 8-bit and 16-bit music from old, consoles like the NES. Those tones, those sounds can be really great used right, and chiptune's like the kind of music where it just doesn't feel like it's being used right to me. It's not how I would do it. So that's kind of my take on chiptune music, and that's based on not being able to find something that quite worked for me. Yeah, right, let's clear this out a little bit more. Okay, so there should be a slot somewhere here for an anvil. Let's get rid of that damaged one. Right. So I think we picked up everything that was on the ground, and now we can go down here. X, do you know how to make a clock for a command block? I could probably figure it out. Iron Dakabro has resubscribed for 10 months in a row! Iron Dakabro, thank you for your 10 months of support, dude. I appreciate it. I did hear a crazy noise in my ear a minute ago, right? I guess that was that old baby face emote thing. How about AC/DC, says Gamervan? When I discovered Metallica, I also discovered NWA, and another artist that I discovered and listened to a heck of a lot was AC/DC, and I used to listen to Ride the Lightning and Back to Black, back to back. It would just be like, that one's finished, put the other one on. It's finished, put the other one back on again. I really like Back to Black. You know, one of the things with AC/DC is you're going to hear the songs to death, right? You're going to hear Hell's Bells and all of that. But if you go listen to Back to Black, there's some deeper cuts like Shoot a Thrill and Shake a Leg that are just fantastic. And I think I put Shake a Leg on the pre-stream not so long ago. That's a really great song. So much energy about them. X, what do you think about power metal, says Nighthearted. Power metal is one of those genres that's never quite done it for me. Never quite found the right kind of power metal. Isn't that like Blind Guardian and bands like that? I mean, I've listened to a fair few power metal records now. Can't quite find the bands that do it for me. However, I do enjoy a Blind Guardian song if it comes on. You know, it's not like, it's not bad in any way. So I'll listen to it and enjoy it. How about Light the Lightning, says Camo J. You and your Light the Lightning. Jeez, you'll never let me live it down. Goodness me. Back in Black, people are correcting me. That's what I said. Back in Black, back to back, right? So I listened to Ride the Lightning and Back in Black, back to back, one after the other. Back to back is an expression for, you know, one thing after the other, right? What do you think about Rammstein, says Destroyer Destroyer. I mean, you can go to my music blog. You can always go to my music blog and search before you ask if you want to know what I think. Like, I listened to Rammstein's latest record. I think that's the only time I wrote about them on my blog, though. So Rammstein were like a really big deal growing up, I guess. I just love how unique they are, how... I think that's one of those, like, the best bands will always just have something so distinctly them that it's hard to mistake them for someone else. That's usually a sign of a good band, in my opinion. And Rammstein have definitely got that. Like, they're unmistakable. You know? You're not going to go, oh, is that Led Zeppelin? Du hast! Oh, is that Led Zeppelin? Oh. We've got a noise in the ear from Uwe7654, resubscribed 6 months in a row, saying hi. Uwe, hello, hi. Thank you so much for your subscription, dude. Appreciate you using the Prime on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time. X, what about Bon Jovi? Never really been into Bon Jovi. Not my kind of thing. Is that glam hair metal? I don't know really. I don't know enough about Bon Jovi. I just know that I've never been particularly keen. Asuma, do you know Moog? He makes some really cool synthwave music. Interesting choice of name if you're making music revolving around any form of electronic music, because Moog is a classic synthesizer sound and tone. I've had people asking if AC/DC was Metallica before, says Sean. I guess it's possible, maybe. Depends really, like, because music's such my thing, it's going to be hard for me to make a mistake like that, right? But if it's not your thing, I guess you know you can be clueless. X, were there any point in time you could play One by Metallica, says Betty Baghdadi. I never really tried that song. That being said, I did learn like the bulk of riffs, but I never tried to put it all together and play the song all the way through. Living on a Prayer, says Adam Fire. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a song that just like, nah. Sorry. I don't know. It's probably because it's just been so overplayed and so like put. Like, it gets thrusted upon you and it's just like, I've heard this song just too many times in the wrong place. Punk scene opinions, says me+1. The punk scene. Well, wouldn't the punk scene have been over a long, long time ago? I mean, anything that's punk now is, you know, going to be vague remnants of what once happened. But I love the original punk movement in both America and the UK, and the music that came from it. Absolutely fascinating. Period. Hexo says punk's not dead. I mean, it's using the whole phraseology of calling something dead when you're talking about a musical movement is kind of silly, but like its moment in time when it impacted and changed culture and the world, like, that's not now. That's past, you know? Well and truly past. Also, there's a Crash song called Punk's Not Dead, and I'm just trying to remember what the next line after he says, Punk's not dead, it's just another something something. I can't quite remember. I have a Dead Kennedy shirt right here, says Hexo. Awesome. I like the Dead Kennedys, they're alright. I really like Bedtime for Democracy, which is supposed to be their least favourite album as well. What's that song about your parents being chickens or something? Oh, it's been a while since I've heard that one. That's one of my favourites off that record. Oh, and actually, I listened to... Frankenchrist was the other one that I listened to. I actually think I wrote about that on my blog. I really enjoyed Frankenchrist. That was a good record. Have you listened to Igor, says Very Fine Scout? Do you mean Igor the artist or Igor the album by Tyler the Creator? Because again, go to that music blog. You can find both of them on there. How many holes are you trying to dig, says Violent Grace? This is it. This is the last one. We only had 2 to do. And this is the other one. I'm going to just break that now. Ever listen to Twisted Sister, says Total Nerd. Oh yeah, of course. The classic song, I can't remember what it's called. I used to like that. But I tried listening to their albums, didn't really find much else that I liked there. Ever listen to Meatloaf? Must have done at some point. Do you like Parkway Drive? They aren't on your blog, says Azam. I liked them when they first came out, like when they first hit the scene. They were pretty fun. I've seen them live loads and loads of times. They love to get people crowd surfing, and like people bring surfboards and stuff to their shows, so they're kind of like a fun band to see live, but they're not really a band that I follow. Like if they're on at a festival, there's nothing else to watch. It's always a good show, but they're not particularly a band I follow. I was fond of their first record, but after that, not so much. Right, we've got to watch out for that spawn room soon. It's down there somewhere, you know. Just gonna keep an eye out for it. I think we need to make another chest soon, right? I'm gonna make one right now, actually. And we got a crazy noise in the ear. Javox113 is here. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Javox, thank you for your Prime subscription. And we got cheers and bits. Voyeurist is here doing the cheers for and the bits, saying, I made so many typos in my message you read earlier that I felt a need to make sure you saw my apology. Lol, my fingers are a safety hazard. Thanks for streaming today. I'm sad I'll be working all stream day, so I was especially glad to get a notification today. Thoughts on Darkthrone? Don't worry about the spelling mistakes. That's nothing to worry about. Dude, thank you so much for the cheers and the bits. I appreciate it. Also, Darkthrone is one word, right? Unless I'm going mad, it's one word. I love Darkthrone. My goodness me, those first 3 records are really something. Like, I was obsessed with Darkthrone at one point, right? Yeah, and I don't know what to say about them really. Like, if you know their music, you probably know why you'll get obsessed with them. Like, they just have such a authentically raw and visceral sound at a point in time when no one else did something like that. Like, they're huge influence on lo-fi and black metal music. Like, incredible records. I love how evil their lyrics are as well. Like, they're almost cheesy at times. They're so visceral and... Well, how's the lyrics go? I'm probably going to annoy some people if I repeat them, actually. Hey, what do you think about Billie Eilish? Have you ever heard of her? Yeah, I keep seeing her name coming up, so I looked her up on Wikipedia and saw that she's basically like a teenager who's released a record, and then I bookmarked it, and... Did I buy it? Actually, it's no longer bookmarked. Actually, I'm going to write that name down so I don't forget. But yeah, I want to check out their record. There we go. Make sure I got that or not. Can't remember if I brought it or not. Must have done, because I took it off my bookmark, which is what I do. I bookmark something and then I go buy it and then it's off. Do you like Slipknot? Says E2. This is mine. I love Slipknot. Slipknot are... That's the band that I was thinking about earlier. Right, earlier in this stream I said that the other day I was just thinking about how there's this other band that when it comes to like favourite bands that I tend to just not like think of initially but totally are, and it's Slipknot. Like, Slipknot was like the one band that everyone I knew loved, right, growing up. And I don't know why, but I've just kind of never like brought them to the front of my mind when I discuss like who my favourite artists are or whatever. But after I saw them the other day at Download, I'll never rock out so hard as I do to Slipknot. And one of the best shows I ever saw was Download 2009. I got to the very front, and I'd only seen Slipknot a couple of times before. It's probably like the 3rd time I was seeing them live, and they were also headlining Download for the first time. It was an occasion. It was an event. You could feel it, like everywhere you went. You know, you used to go to Download and all you'd see was like all these Iron Maiden and Metallica t-shirts everywhere. But this year, people were rocking the Knot shirts, and you could just feel it, and it was coming. And I went all the way down to the front there. I had my old gig jeans where I could fit like 4 bottles of water in so I could survive the night. down in the mosh pit at the very front. I got so close to the stage I could see the knot right there, right in front of me, and just moshed all night, and it was absolutely incredible. And then after the show, it became apparent that it was raining, and it was basically raining throughout the show, but it was so hot down the front that whenever they put the camera on the crowd, all you saw was steam coming off of it, because the rain was evaporating before it would touch us. That's how crazy hot it was down there. And you can go look it up on YouTube. You can go look up Slipknot Download Festival 2009. You watch that show, you look for the bits where they turn to the crowd, and it's just absolute madness down the front. Absolute madness. Now I think we're above the farm, right? Yeah, I just wanted to double check that before I left the area. That was one of the best shows ever been to. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. My goodness me. It's like I'm not one of those people for like, oh, if I could go back in time and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, nope, keep looking forward. Keep working for the next day and enjoying the current, you know. But if there were one day like I could go revisit, it would probably be that. It would probably be Download 2009. I'd love to just be there, standing at the very front, waiting for Slipknot to come on. Oh, it was unbelievable. It was absolutely amazing. Rightio then. So we dug the hole. Now we've got to transfer everything into these shulker boxes again. Right, I went off on one there, didn't I? Raving Platty Pie has subscribed for 2 months, and Helltail has subscribed for Amazon Prime as well. Appreciate it. Hate Stamp says, why the heck is the stream day on a Sunday? Hate Stamps, why the heck is the stream day on a Sunday? I mean, of all the days of the week, we had to pick the one day, okay, that has less hours than all the others. I don't know, couldn't come up with anything quick enough. I don't know, what's wrong with Sunday, man? What's wrong with Sunday? Poor old Sunday getting picked on. It's just a day with hours in like all the others. Am I going to run out of rockets here? I might do if I'm not careful. Oh, you can tell the server's being a bit funky with the way I'm dropping into the water here. Tell you what, when we get the one odd rail, we should probably just chuck it away, but whatever. It's probably because that day is the day that ends in the letter Y. Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that, Nina. Yeah. Should have picked a day that doesn't end in Y. Oh, what an idiot I am. Okay. Guess we keep doing this for now, right? Ugh. Swing Kaida says, does that mean we have a chance of seeing you in that video? Yeah, I think I've rewatched it, and there's definitely pit shots where I can notice myself. There's loads of it. There's loads of it on YouTube. Like, I know where they are, I'm not going to tell you, of course, but there's loads of mosh pit videos that I know I'm in. I can go search them up and look for them again. There's one where I'm the idiot, right? I look back at it and I'm like, oh, Sumi, you stupid idiot. Why were you doing that? Where in the Wall of Death, I just stood in the middle going, come on then, come on then. I remember that because the Wall of Death is dangerous. That's one thing I would probably advise against, is doing a Wall of Death. But I decided to stand in the middle. For those of you that know what Wall of Death is, you know that your chances of being hurt greatly increase if you go in the middle. So there's one video of me being an absolute plonker, just like going, come on then, yeah, mosh pit, yeah, I'll stand in the middle. And what's so funny about it is I remember that as soon as it happened, like, I just immediately was on the floor. It was just like, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Oh, crushed on floor. And there was just some poor kid underneath me, and I was just looking at them, and like we made eye contact. Oh, it's such a funny story. And like just incredibly awkwardly crushed, and then I did my best to like get off of them as quick as I could, because they looked like they were immensely crushed. Absolutely stupid. Oh. Oh my goodness me. It was fun. It was good times, but yeah, Wall of Death. You know, you're asking to get hurt if you get involved in that stuff, so I wouldn't recommend it. Who's the next Hermit, says FFJ05. It's not the stream day right now, dude. The stream day ain't until Sunday, man. And of all the days for us Hermits to pick, oh, we are a mean bunch, we are. Sunday, the day that ends in Y. Why did we have to do it on a Sunday? Okay, I've had too much fun with that one now. All the items, please. All the items are in my inventory. Brilliant, we can get out of here and not have to worry about it. X, you really gotta give Rex Orange County a listen. I didn't see it on your blog, says Raving Platypie. I think I might have listened to them once before. But dude, do you know how many bands there are out there? Do you know how many artists there are? How many music there is? How much records? And how many come out every minute? There's probably been several records come out just while I've been talking this sentence, you know? Can't listen to it all. That's the sad thing. Can't listen to all of it. Right, so let's pick all of these up and then go sort out the rest. That is what we'll do. Sunday doesn't have 3,000 hours. That's why it sucks, says Rob. Let's start a petition to make Sunday, to give Sunday that many hours. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put all of these down in a block, and then we're going to try and just squeeze as many items as we can into these shulk boxes. Sonic Froze says, out of your curiosity, how much of your audience is Christian? Well, that is information that I don't have access to because YouTube doesn't query people on it and then give that information away, so I don't know. I would suspect. Actually, I don't know. But one thing I would suspect is a turn-off is people who are atheist or agnostic, which is probably what I would describe myself as, but aren't respectful. There's a lot of that online. There's a lot of like atheist communities that are very combative, which I don't really like. Don't think that's the way to go about it, you know. Someone thinks and feels differently about you. Chances are you can go, you're wrong, and then, you know, both of you can have a bad day. Or you could talk and learn from one another. You know, don't have to agree with what you learn, just it's nice to know how other people think and feel about the world and existence, right? Do you listen to Christian music, says B. Elliot? Well, I probably listen to artists that are Christian or have some sort of religious tie, but I don't listen to any like praising music or anything like that. I very much like gospel music though. Whenever I hear some gospel, like if you're watching a TV show and there's a scene with like a church and there's singing, I love that stuff. So lively and upbeat. Hi Jack, I don't even know if that's a joke or not, but the structure of that sentence amuses me. Thames has gifted a sub to Dinesh XP. Thames, thank you for being so generous and gifting a sub. Dinesh, you've been gifted a sub by none other than Tembez, so thank you. What's that movie with Jack Black where he sings gospels as Voyeurist? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Have you ever listened to Talking Heads? Says Big Daddy. I've got their records on a list. The one, the most popular one, because it was on a top 500 albums of all time list. And I've listened to it on random, but it's yet to grab my attention. That's all I can say about that record. I know I've listened to a fair few songs off of it, but it's yet to really like suck me in and make me go, oh, what's this? I need to now pay attention. We got a noise in the ear from Dominic saying, well, it's a donation first of all, so thank you ever so much for doing that. It's generous of you. I appreciate you doing that. The support, of course, means a lot. And the message is maybe you'll add PewDiePie on Hermitcraft. You know, I get a lot of messages, as I'm sure other Hermits do as well, suggesting people to join Hermitcraft. Top people I see suggesting that I don't really understand. People who don't play survival Minecraft and don't play it the way we do, especially. I see a lot of suggestions for that. So maybe you're now thinking, oh, I would suggest person X, person Y. Like, if someone doesn't play survival Minecraft, then they're probably not going to fit in, because this is all about survival Minecraft right here. As for someone like PewDiePie, not to be mean, but like, you know, he's playing Minecraft at a different level, right? You know, obviously he doesn't play it every day like all of us on here do, and so for someone like him, his objectives would be incredibly different to what we would be trying to do. Trying to explain probably to someone who's playing Minecraft casually, like some of the things we do together, like, oh, let's build a, you know, 1 million block Nether hub, right? Like we did this season. You know, so it's really pointless. Like it's just operating in different circles. You know what I mean? Grian didn't play survival, says Striker. That's not true. That's not true at all. He had a survival series going on his channel for about 9 months, I think, and that was a great sign that he knew exactly what survival was about, and especially playing with other people. Most of all, I think we've all learned from him about how to play with other people. Yeah, there's another one. So, like, people who don't play Java Edition, I see a message, oh, this person should join. I'm like, would you really want that? Because they don't play they don't play this version of Minecraft. Yeah, but please, in general, it just doesn't help to ask for people to join. All that can really do is create a negative impression, because one thing people have done and do is try and get their audience to tell people to get us on. So when there is this whole, oh, so-and-so should join, it generally just looks bad on them. And even keeping that in mind, it's just not a good way for these things to happen, right? Like, if we were to just add people based on audience pressure, this thing would fall apart. Like, there'd just be so many people joining, it would be silly. You know, we're our own community. Let us figure it out. We'll do all right if we figure it out ourselves. Having outside forces that aren't part of the group determine it is just silly. X, I know you don't want these requests, but imagine Anthony Fantano on Hermitcraft, says Matspad. But like, he doesn't play Minecraft. He'll probably be the guy that keeps dying that you got to go bail out. It's really not like that. Like, maybe it's something you'll just learn as you get older, right? But you can be all excited, like, oh, I love your music review videos. Come play on my Minecraft server. It's like two things that don't overlap. They don't translate. It just, unless it turns out he's a behind-the-scenes avid and professional, or, you know, like, brilliant Minecraft player, then those sort of things don't really translate with one another, right? Okay, I'm doing my best just to top up every little shulker box so we can minimise the amount of trips here. I've decided that I'm going to bring all these materials back to my base, because I ran out of stone the other day, brought some, and it turns out I've got loads all over the place. I just forgot that I had it here. I think we're pretty much full now, actually. How much do you think the holes have raised the spawn rate, says Violent Grace? I would say at least quadrupled. I was supposed to put like a time lapse in my video. I don't think I ever actually recorded it. I got distracted, but I was watching the farm with my camera account, and there were just loads of mobs coming out the side with the lowered hole, but not so much coming out the other ones. So it was kind of obvious. Hey, this you know, this is like making a big difference. Okay, we are really getting there now. I don't think there's too many more spaces we can fish out to put anything. So, one thing I could do is try and squeeze these into, yeah, ones where they already are. But now I'm overdoing it, aren't I? Okay, let's pick this stuff up and head out of here. And I am low on rockets, so let's make sure that that doesn't bite me in the bum. Can you play the Doom theme on guitar? I don't think I can. Don't think I can. Don't think I even tried to. Right, let's pick this all up and take it back. And then hopefully I won't buy all the stuff I've already got from Ren again, basically. Right, this next bit is potentially very dangerous. I don't enjoy doing this, but we will try to do it safely nonetheless. Actually, doing it with the ender pearl is the way to go. Okay, so I don't know if there's a creeper coming towards me. There isn't, thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. X, can you do the thing so the thing can do the thing? I can do the thang, Father of Apocalypse. I don't know about this thing you're talking about. It sounds very cryptic to me, but I can do the thang. Pink Frosted Dough says, what video game has the best soundtrack in your opinion? Ooh. Command and Conquer games, the first few. Terrific soundtracks. Diablo. Possibly Diablo 2. StarCraft. Oh, amazing. And what was the first one? Oh, you know, Minecraft obviously has the best soundtrack ever. Or better yet, should we say, rather than do that, oh, it's the best ever. Like, let's be more articulate. I mean, I think C418 has such a distinct and unique sound that needed to be thrusted on the world, and it was through Minecraft. But it just gave Minecraft this extra layer of magic. It's like even the music's got something special going for it that you won't hear anywhere else. So that was good. There was one other that popped into my head immediately. Final Fantasy VII, that was the one. Beautiful, beautiful soundtrack for Final Fantasy VII. And those are all soundtracks that I like have on my phone and I'll listen to happily at any point in time. Good soundtrack for a game goes a long, long way, doesn't it? Right, I don't think we're going to find any more shulker boxes. Unless we start trying to cram some stuff together here. Which I don't think I'll do. So let's go deposit some of this stuff over here. I think I'm going to put all the... Oh, the base, by the way. Look at the lighting. What a great touch. I had a comment from someone on my episode just saying, hey, like, that lighting is like a finishing touch on your base. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That really does make it all work, doesn't it? Okay, so I'd like to get dirt into storage since we have a big old spot for it, basically. I may be the only one who turns off the music, says Gamer Chick. Gamer Chick, how could you do such a thing? I'm so disappointed. If you're not into music, then fair enough. Also, if you're not into music, oh, where is your soul? Sorry, couldn't help myself. I think it can be quite instinctive to turn off the music if you think you don't like it at first. But I'd say always give music soundtrack a go, because I think just any music in general can become special or like elevated if you just listen to it over and over again. Like, it sounds silly, but I reckon for a fair amount of people there's some music that you might go, I don't really like that. But if someone put it on the background in a game, you heard it over and over again while you're having a good time playing this game, that's the way to get into music right there. Like, there's something special about that. Love barrels in the new version, says Mooseman. They're great, aren't they? They're absolutely great. By the way, I can hear lots of people hitting the follow button, so thank you so much for doing that, by the way. I appreciate you all following me here on Twitch, and if you haven't done so already, you know what I'm going to say, unless you're new and you haven't followed yet. Oh, peeps, hit the follow button if you ain't done so already. Right, so I think from that I got, like, what, one extra shulker box. Now, where am I going to put the rest of these materials right now? I guess some stuff can get sorted. Let's pick out all the things that might get sorted and put into my main storage system. Also, I'm going to pick out gravel because I like to store that in shulker boxes. Do you see what you have to do in this game? You know, if you want to be a tidy, organised player... Oh, I'm going to cough. Oh, excuse me. If you want to know where all your stuff is, you got to put in that time and organise it. That's the bottom line. Next season, I'm going to try a different storage strategy, though, that's for sure. I don't know what it's going to be, but I've stuck to this one for a while, and I'm now starting to think maybe I can find something even better than this. Because even this has its drawbacks. Right, so I'm going to need like a chest over here. Not that one, because that's where all the items go. That's a bit full up, really, for chucking stuff in. Also, oh look, that one's empty. There might be stuff here I can sort away. Like all the stone. Excuse me, goodness me. That's the lunch that I ate before I streamed. Any date for next season set yet? We'll just see how season 6 goes, says the Geek Online. No date, no plans. Everyone's really enjoying this season, and we still got a long way to go with it. I mean, every season of Hermitcraft, it feels, well, actually, probably starting around season 3, did people start asking for the next season really early on. I remember being like 3 or 4 months in and seeing people asking for a new season this time around. This is going to be the longest season of Hermitcraft ever. I can feel it. Like, we've never had so much steam and momentum, right? This is, that's what I've been looking for. This is the long run, I think. This is going to be like the best one, perhaps. I mean, it's hard to imagine how next season could top this. And if it was a good season, it would be starting from a way back, you know. It'd have to be a good season for a long time, basically. So we got Gamer Chick here doing cheers and throwing the bits, saying, "I feel as though you took my words and butchered them." Well, you probably might have said something entirely different to what I did, because that's generally what I do. Lol, I do put on tunes, just fast, upbeat ones for the hours of grind work. Also, love you to bits. Thank you so much, Gamer Chick. I appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Do you ever listen to like different sorts of music though? Because some music I really love over and over again is just ambient stuff, like quiet music. The opposite of upbeat and fast. The slow and the droning, the atmospheric and the building. I watched the Apollo movie today, and I really feel like the soundtrack made that movie. But it was all slow drones and tense, like tension music, you know, and stuff like that. Like when it's on in a movie, it totally works. I think for a majority of people, it's totally having an effect on you. You can find that effect outside of the movie, though. That's what's cool. And there's a whole world of people making music like that that I find really, really fascinating and awesome. Disaster piece for sure, says Pow. That's a Slipknot song. It's one of my favourite Slipknot songs. Do you know what my other favourite Slipknot song is? People equal sheep. Ah, what are you gonna do? Jeez. I ain't afraid of you, right. all the Slipknot fans. I don't know if you're laughing or you're probably putting your your face in your hands. Oh jeez. People equal sheep. That's such a tune. What am I doing again? I just items. Oh, items. They all need sorting. They all need putting somewhere. Where do they go? The items. There's too many of them. Okay. I think I got a big box of glass. I got a big blocks of glass. A was the das. Sheets of arse. Never forget that one, eh? Oh jeez. Oh jeez, I've done it again. Okay, I'm just gonna put those just over here for now. Right. Let's try and go do some more. I'm just reading chat a little bit, by the way. Cobblestone, yeah, I just figured there might be a chest with stone somewhere. There's one with cobble. I think there's two with cobble over here. Let's get them filled up. Yep, this is what we need to do. Sand, we didn't pick any of that out really. Gravel, we've gone through all the chests for that. So I think we're pretty much done. Yep. So we got that one, the one over there. Let's try and dump all of this somewhere. There we go. Sweet. There we go. So we've got 3 more shulker boxes we can pick up. Doesn't really feel like a lot, does it? Unless I put all of the scaffolding somewhere. I think I might put the scaffolding in a chest now. X, how about ditching the idea of seasons? Do seasons really have to be a thing, even if it was in the past, as Surprise T? I think if we didn't use the season format, it would just be confusing and people would want the season format, right? It's just a way to mark the world that we're playing in. Technically, it never had to be a season, right? We could have called it something different. It could have just been World 1, World 2, World Gazubu, I don't know, make up a name for it. But yeah, I don't think it's something where we would change that now. Changing it now wouldn't make much sense, you know? One of these here, was it? There we go. Your storage is a mess, says Overdone Grub. I disagree. I think my storage is pretty well organised. I just happen to be bringing back a bunch of unorganised stuff. I think the biggest problem is just the time it takes. I still haven't really quite figured out the best way to minimise time spent doing exactly this. Very fine, Scout. Thank you for the nice message. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. I just sort of thought, if I go back over there and pick up more of this, it's just going to be lying around here for a while until I figure out what to do with it. So I should hold on to these so I have project boxes. And actually, I don't think I'm going to do that again because, well, some of this could be cleared out a little bit further, I think. Because I'm just going to be here all day, basically, right? Let's get rid of a couple more of these and we're good. So which one did I just free up? Hello, that one. Let's go put that over here. I do have other stuff on my list. On my list? Yeah, my list to do today. Where's my list gone? I don't recall closing that. Apparently I closed my list of things to do. Yeah, so I know what we can do next. Let's have a look. I need to build up my supply of tree logs. So I need more birch and I need dark oak, clearly. And I need regular oak. Let's get some saplings going. And some dirt. We've got plenty of dirt. So we've got a noise in the ear from Sig Gen. Resubscribe for 7 months, Sig Gen. Thank you ever so much for your 7 months of support. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good time watching the stream. Yo, Asuma, Hermitcraft is sick. I love your channel. Keep up the good work. Love you so much. Thank you for the nice message, RomHub. Holy Brother Alex, tweet that at me. That sounds interesting. At least the name, you know. I'll check that out. Hey X, what's your opinion on country music? I like country music. I don't know a lot of it. I don't listen to a great amount of it, but I always enjoy some of it. I love how different. It just feels like. Reminds me of like hip hop in a way, like you just get transported to a different world when you listen to it. It's just about totally different stuff. So like what's, you know, like it's culture, isn't it? Like it's a totally different culture. Can we do the old spruce in here? I don't know why I grabbed spruce. I don't need a lot. But well, my base is now a spruce tree farm. That's cool. It was birch. Birch was the one I need a lot of. So we'll put a bunch of birch down over here. I think I'm going to put some torches in with this as well. It's kind of gloomy, being all dark in here and whatnot. I like that we have like a little area like this, just to, you know, grow trees in. Not many bases have that luxury of space, do they? But we are blessed over here. I'm going to rearrange this a little bit so all my sapli be together. Sound like Iskall here, don't I? By the way, I love Etho's tree farm design. I saw Rem built it on the server, and I was like, I wish I'd have done that. It's like, because it's someone else's design, I have this instinct of like, oh, that's cool. I can't do that. I guess with Etho though, it's like Etho did it. You know. Still playing Factorio, says Dire Sear Dickens. Nah, I was going to play a little bit off camera after I stopped my series, but Oh, I just hit the wall. It's so easy for me to do that. Like, once I stop doing something, I then kind of like get my head out of that space, and then I'm just like, oh, I can't be bothered. I still love that game. I'll probably have another good go at it at some point in the future, I reckon. It's one of those ones just to come back to, and hopefully there'll be like some updates for it. Kind of like Minecraft is, I think, for a lot of people. You'll come back to it again at some point, you know, and play it for a while. It's that good. Sammy the Beast 18 is subscribing with Amazon Prime. Jeez, thank you so much, Sammy the Beast. I appreciate your subscription. Hope you enjoy the stream we're doing here today. Where else am I going to plant trees, you know? Where else? I'll put them over here. Cool, so I need a whole bunch of woods, and now we can start getting it. Let's start off with a big tree in the middle. Yo. Right. Ender pearl, please. Boobly boop. And axe. Yes, the axe. The old chopping of the tree axe. Can't chop trees without it. Also, I'm doing this in an area where I don't have a haste 2 beacon. That always feels a bit silly. Dry Sear Decanez says, the way X says my name is funny. What's really funny is I probably said it different from how I said it a moment ago. That's just because I can't read, because I'm a goofball. I apologise. Yo X, will you make the transition between the walls and the ceiling in your base a bit smoother? Nah, the base is finished. It is what it is. I like how it is as well. It's all awesome. Very happy with this project. It was very fun to do all the thing. So, birch is the one that we need the most. In fact, I think we ended our last live stream. Or maybe it was the one before that. Ooh. Doing just this. And I need to prepare it for the next live stream, which is the Hermitcraft Livestream day. I really want to make that one just a little bit more exciting in terms of doing projects and stuff. So there is one thing that we'll do, and that is build a tunnel to the new area. Like, finally hook that up. But yeah, to do that I need a bunch of birchwood. I'm going to need some terracotta as well. I think I've got a chest of that, so we don't have to worry. Belliot, glad you like the base. Do the architects like your food machine for Sahara, says Mergen Studios. I don't know, I haven't heard any word back yet. We'll have to wait and see. I hope they do, certainly hope they do. I like that machine a lot. I want to compact it a little bit. That's the only thing that I think it needs. I could probably compact it actually. That's not actually the main thing. What it needs is that one bug fixing. Look at this, there's like 3 of us on and I'm getting some... You know, it's been like this in 1.14.3 lately. I don't know if the server's just struggling a bit as of late, but I don't feel like the performance has slipped a little bit. I've got a feeling it might be 1.14 just being not as optimised. They add new stuff in and the game always gets a little bit tougher to run. Maybe set up some beacons, says Flip. I could set up like a haste 1 through the middle very quickly, but I don't mind it taking a little bit longer. It's cool, you know, we're just chilling. Labyrinth says, poor TFC had so much trouble figuring out how Sahara works. He did, I heard. He told us about it, and it turned out that he didn't quite understand that you get 3 stacks of sand for 1 diamond. If you got offered, would you join the architects, says Striker? I don't know. I doubt I'd get offered. People keep asking about that, and I think it's just like a partnership is all that we're doing with Sahara. Just a partnership. I really think Mojang should let the trees drop to the ground when you chop the bottoms off, almost like reality. Yeah, but it's not quite Minecraft though. Like, you can just build stuff that floats in this game, you know? So I'm going to like the quirky nature of it. Emergency mute. It doesn't always have to be realistic, I think. The red block says, Assumer, please check out my realm. You have been invited. You probably won't see me on there. I get loads of realms invites. So I don't really even open up the realms menu. Reek Ring CE says, I love the way you say my name. The last stream you said it, you did it very weird. Yeah, well, I had to think about that then. I was like, oh, the pressure is on. Must say it like I did last time, but I can't remember. Jeez, I say all the names weird, don't I? Are you excited for 1.15, says Belliot? I'm always excited for another update to Minecraft, but I don't even know what 1.15 is about yet. I've noticed some people are calling the latest combat update a 1.15 one. To be fair, Jeb didn't actually specify what update it was for, but because the snapshot was made for 1.14, I sort of referred to it as a 1.14 update. I think I might have incorrectly said in my video that it's going to be for 1.14, which is sort of what I was seeing when I first started working on it. I was like, oh, this is for 1.14, is it? But it might just be that Jeb's using this now to take on some feedback, and then we might not even see these changes implemented until 1.15. Who knows? Now that I say it out loud, it actually sounds a bit more reasonable. And knowing how Jeb operates, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how he planned on doing things. Combat update seems very OP, says Slim Jim. It was just a test snapshot though, you know. It was really just about Jeb putting out the ideas and then getting the feedback. So, you know, if lots of people say it's OP, it probably won't be by the time it comes out. Must get all these saplings so that I can keep growing the trees. If you don't collect the saplings, especially those dark oak ones, then you ain't going to be able to regrow the trees. That's bad news right there. Bad news. We got a noise in the ear from Emergency 99 doing cheers and throwing bits, saying, I believe my name has never been said weird here. Too simple, I guess. Or I bet you one day it will catch me out. One day my brain will be all fogged up and I'll be like, Gen C is here. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm a derp. I'm a derp. Dude, thanks so much for the cheers and the bits. I appreciate your support and I appreciate your simple to read, easy to say username. Thank you ever so much. And we got Tom CD1 resubscribing for 28 months in a row. Tom, thank you ever so much for 28 months of support. Appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the stream. Force Master 89 is here resubscribing. Only 29 months. Force Master, do better next time. Come on, man. You're slacking. You know I'm joking, I'm messing with you. Force Master says, oh, 29, not bad. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Oh, I'm messing with you. I was just thinking it's funny. Yeah, one person with 28 and then the next person's got 29. Appreciate your support, dude. Hope you're enjoying it. We've got Tweed895. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Tweed, thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Okay, here I am running around like a headless chicken. I'm collecting all the saplings, peeps. All of the saplings. They must be mine. Whoa, it's a crazy noise in the air. It's Hyper Jimbo. Twitch baby. Resubscribing for 10 months. Thank you ever so much for 10 months of support, dude. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good time. Having a good time is what I hope you are having. Okay, where's next? We've got an Achacha over here. I see your Chachatchery. I see the Chachatchery. Asuma, what do you think about the combat update? It gave me an idea for a minigame, actually. Like, I really like some of the aspects of the new combat stuff. I think the whole holding down click thing is a good idea. But I think it needs, I don't know, there's a reason it's there. And if it were to be in every version, then I think it needs a bit of a drawback in some. But then parity is a thing. It kind of needs to be there for people who play on Pocket Edition. And then I think if you were to use it on the regular game, you'd have to make it so there was more, like, more important to aim, you know? So then where you aim becomes more important. Because holding down click is a little bit easy. But at the same time, I kind of like it because, like, it feels like it's no different to just spam clicking. So at the moment, you get penalised for spam clicking, right? So it doesn't make sense to hold down click in this version. But if you're not going to get penalised for spam clicking, then why not save yourself all the clickery and hold it down? Kind of like, it doesn't seem that bad to me. It doesn't seem that bad of an idea. And then it lets you as the player focus maybe a little bit more on other stuff if you're not thinking about clicking and timing it. Those are my kind of thoughts on that, I guess. Baron C15 is here subscribing. Baron C, thank you ever so much for subscribing, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoying the stream. By the way, all the peeps watching who ain't hit that follow button here on Twitch, be sure to do so. Get notified of when I stream, which is regular. And by the way, peeps, this Sunday is the Hermitcraft Livestream day. So head over to hermitcraft.com. Sorry, that's wrong. Head over to livestream.hermitcraft.com and you can get the schedule, the times, put it in your calendar. 7 hermits in a row, 14 hours of Hermitcraft, peeps. This Sunday. Sweet, sweet Hermitcraft action. Now, it's a weekday, so I don't think Scar will be streaming right now. I was going to mention someone else might be, like Ren or Iskal, but they're not online, so it's just me at the moment. Are you ever going to make a tree farm? I think it would save you a lot of overtime, says Ballsy. Yeah, it's a project I could do. What was the project I was thinking of doing earlier? Oh my goodness me, someone reminded me of something that I should probably do soon. Oh yeah, no, that's actually... Oh yeah. Actually, I'm going to quickly write that down so I make a note. Yeah, that's something I need to get done. Camo J? Do you have me on Discord? I could open up Discord, you could send me a link. Camo J, get one of the mods to send it to me on Discord, okay? And I'll grab that, thanks. Got your message, good idea. Might not be what I do, but I'll keep it in mind. Okay, right, so woods. We're trying to get wood, I don't feel like we've got a lot. So then we need to fill up dark oak. Oak needs to take up that space for us to have enough. And which one do I want more of? Probably oak. Right, so we're just trying to fill that up. So we need to do some more birch still. Don't need any more spruce, that's for sure. Let's get a jungle one going. Because we could do with a little bit more jungle. Because jungle is massive! That's why. Man, I so wish I could just play whatever music I want. I'd put that music on right now and just start rocking out. Rock out like a complete loon. X, so you're going to play Minecraft Dungeons, says Belliot. Yeah, I'm totally going to play that game. I really want to come up with a solid plan for playing it as well. I don't think it's going to be a video thing. See, one of the things with this game is like, or gaming online and playing games, is that you kind of have this like, I've got to jump on the hype kind of feeling, right? And with Dungeons, because it's a hack and slash game, it just feels like as soon as it comes out, you want to get on it and play it, right? I mean, I'm going to play it anyway, but I don't know whether I should like play it straight away as a stream, make videos on it straight away, or maybe like wait and take my time and think about it, like what I want to do with it, because I really can't see it working that well as a video series. I don't know what I'll do. Matt Spud says, what are your favourite R&B singers of all time? Have you heard any D'Angelo stuff? Yeah, I really like D'Angelo. I listen to his songs when they come on a shuffle. And it's always like, oh damn, this is my jam right here. Put on some more. But I never really got deep into R&B. X, did you listen to Sabaton the Great War yet? I really enjoyed it, says Smickle. It's not out yet, right? It doesn't come out for... I don't know when it comes out. Maybe it came out in like a couple of days ago and I haven't checked my calendar yet. I keep all the album release dates on my calendar, but I don't recall seeing that one being out yet. Also, Korn put out a new song, if you're a fan. It's not that impressive. It's kind of alright. Pretty, I don't know, sort of pretty much what you'd expect. Nothing like, oh my god, this is like, you know, Follow the Leader 2 or something. Not that Follow the Leader was their best album, jeez. My favourite Korn albums are Untouchables and Untouchables, I think. Yeah, it was alright, but it had some real like cut and paste riffs from like old Korn. I don't know. They got a new album coming out. Right, we chopped down that one tree, didn't we? What am I doing here? We've got to focus on what we're doing a little bit better, I think. We've got a noise in here from Miss Gladiator, who is subscribing. Miss Gladiator, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time as we chop trees together, peeps. We're stocking up on supplies. That's what we're doing. So if I decided to stream, I can't play my favourite music, says Gamer Chick. You can do, but if you're uploading it to YouTube, it'll get demonetized and possibly restricted and all that stuff, which I don't like to run the risk of, just because of how kind of crazy. I'm sure some of you heard all those horror stories about people having channels with issues, and ugh, feel so lucky to have avoided most of that. Much preferred R&B when it was rhythm and blues, not remarketed pop, says Neon Gaming. It's not remarketed pop. R&B's its own thing as well, right? They just happen to have the same kind of name, and one sort of overtook the other, I guess. Let's go. There we go, nicely stocked up. Right, so now we need to do some more dark oak, and regular oak is really, really quite lacking. It is slacking and lacking, peeps. Slack-a-lacking. Oh man, I feel for Mumbo, says Gamer Chick. Man, did Mumbo get hit hard by that, yeah. Yeah, he really got hit. And that was a pretty nasty situation. How do you stay motivated to play Minecraft, says Ivory Shark? Because of people like yourself who tune in and watch. Okay, no Rendog stream today, thought I'd ask. Let's get all this oak wood together, peeps. Any big uns in there? Not sure. Just grinding, just doing that good old Minecraft grind. What's the full story of Mumbo, says Mooseman? I think I talked to death about it before. So what happened with Mumbo is that he got a license. Well, he had an agreement to use the song in his video, right? But the artist that created that didn't license it correctly for them to give the rights on to him. And so eventually this company, like, you know, finds Mumbo's channel and then claims every single video of his, basically, for the intro song that he has. So they are like legally within their rights to do that, and people think it's horrible, and it is. It's also horrible to Mumbo, but this is just the copyright system in general. It's chaos. Yeah, it's pretty broken and backwards. Well, I don't like the way the copyright stuff works, but if you know anything about music copyright is especially fickle. You know, go buy yourself a royalty-free sample pack and read the licensing arrangement. Like, oh, it's not royalty-free really. It's royalty-free if you don't use it in a commercial setting, or you don't use it, like, there's just all this stuff that, you know, you think would be easy that's not. You know, you can't even make your own music and technically give it away to free, because we're online, like, people will make and upload their own music and, like, not even understand that if you use musical software or you used any form of plugin, or, you know, someone else's musical program, that you would, like, have to pay royalties and licensing fees, and there's even likeness issues as well. Licenses are hellscapes, as Emergency 99. So yeah, basically, like, whenever you hear these horror stories about, like, music issues on YouTube, believe me, like, it's probably a lot less cut and dry than you might think, because the legal stuff is just super difficult to figure out. I stopped using music from Bureaucratic because I kind of realized that, hey, this guy's sampling other people's music, right? Resampling. And I have no idea, like, who's licensing his music and how they're clearing samples and what the deal is. I just figured I'm going to stay clear of this because I got a couple of claims from some of his songs, and then I was just like, yeah, I think this is probably one of those cases of, like, this person may not have even considered that when they make music through sampling other people's music, like you have to pay royalties and go through all kinds of legal loops to make that legit. Then the person who uses it, myself, i.e., would have to go through a whole bunch of hoops as well to use it. It's just unless you're using a free software and are writing original content, says Stormlight. Nope. Nope. Again, I said it a moment ago. Royalty-free sampling. Not free for commercial use. If a program you download is free, doesn't really say anything about the licensing. If it says, you know, I don't know, free to use, free to publish, again, like, these can mean different things. Because if someone comes along and uses it commercially, it's different. It's an entirely different set of licensing issues. It's horrible. Like, the whole thing is horrible. It's an absolute nightmare. It was one of the things I learned when I was setting up a record label, was just like, oh, this is nasty. Like, I didn't know how I was going to afford to clear any of my own music, which is why I never published it through my record label, because I didn't want to take on the legal consequences of that. So I was like, I'll just put it out here on the internet for free and not say anything about using it. Like, so if you listen to my music, don't use it in your videos. It's not licensed. It's just rogue music, alright? And if you use it, someone might go, you used our VST, here's our digital signature, where's your license? We own this music now, you know? Something like that could happen. Makes me wonder if Mumbo is targeted because of his sub numbers. I mean, why strike him with a video from He Got It? I don't think it matters if it was because of his sub numbers or not. Like, the company that's trying to put claims down is trying to find people using their content to make money from it, right? So he just became a target for them to claim and, you know, legally claim as well. It's the crazy thing. All about the dollars, says Slack Cubed. Yeah, there's a lot of that in the music industry. Professional musician here. Software isn't an issue. More often, it's not specific plugins within the software that people don't read the full terms for. Usually, terms are easy to comply with if you spend 5 minutes filling out a form, says K's Gem. That's not the way I interpreted it. Like, a lot of the software I encountered and used, you had to buy different types of licensing to use products commercially and whatnot. And yeah, what was it I used to use? Like, I can't. There's only two, but I definitely checked out more. Reaper was one of them, and FL Studio was the other. FL Studio was like cutting off your arm and a leg if you wanted to use it commercially. Right, let's keep chopping stuff down here, by the way. Keep growing and chopping. Do cringy voices and make lame jokes. What? Gamer Chick? I don't make lame jokes and make cringy Oh, you are mocking me from afar, you are. Jeez, that's just rude. Here I am, right? Here I am, trying to entertain y'all, my weird voices and my silly jokes, and you're accusing them of being cringy and lame. Oh, the cheek, the nerve. Okay, let's get over here. Let's get over here. What are we doing now on the loggage situation? Okay, you can eat into a little bit of that space. Didn't I chop down a load of oak? Jeez. Jeez, right. Right. We've got a noise in the ear from GamerToss DK. Resubscribe for 8 months. And Lila likes lemons. I like lemons too. Lila likes lemons. Thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate you doing that. Can you get player heads in Bedrock, says Dizzy Fox. I don't know because I don't play Bedrock. That is the only answer that I can give you. We need more oak, that's what I know. I don't know about those Bedrock heads, but I know that we need more oak. What is Gamer Chick saying now? Because everyone's replying to her. Jeez. Anyway, we've got to chop down some trees. Let's have a looky-loo. Right. Peeps, this is where we're wrapping up the stream. I thank you all for coming by today. Be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. There's no other Hermit streaming, so I'm probably going to go pick a random channel. But, massive thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. I thank you ever so much. And I hope you had a fun time hanging out with us today. Thank you to all of my patrons as well. If you'd like to stick around, we're just going to pick out a random Minecraft channel with not a lot of viewers. Let's go a little bit lower into the... There's quite a lot of people playing. There's quite a lot of people playing this game. Can you believe it? Right, I found a random channel I'm going to send you to. Don't know who they are, but we're just supporting someone in the Minecraft community. So, thank you everyone. I appreciate it. Hit that raid button before you head out of here. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.